Hi Chic Geeks, welcome to this week's video. I'm just going to give you a roundup of the week, a bit of fashion news, my opinion on that, and a few products that I've been using or trying out at the moment. So the big news is that the Belgian designer Raf Simons has been made creative director at Calvin Klein. So while there's so many people moving around at fashion brands, this room has been doing the rounds for months now, and I didn't believe it at first because I just thought, why would you leave something like Christian Dior for Calvin Klein when the reasons you left was that you didn't have enough time to do all the things you wanted to do. So it's a bit like jumping out of the frying pan and into the fire. So Calvin Klein as a brand has become known for discount underwear and relatively cheap perfume. So how a kind of superstar designer is going to turn that around is going to be really interesting. I don't want to be all doom and gloom, but I think from where they are to where they think they're going to be, it's going to cost them so much money, and it's going to take so much time to find out that it's so much more difficult to do that today in this market where, people are less sort of slavish to labels, and, the days of kind of getting excited about a kind of ad campaign or a celebrity wearing a pair of underpants. People are just so saturated with images and with spin and PR and all those kind of things that, generally people are sort of, the main things that drive fashion is price these days. And Calvin Klein has played that game, but it'd be interesting to see how Raf Simons' design skills will actually impact onto the everyday items that they actually make money from. Looking at the figures, they do about $2 billion worth of turnover at the moment, and they want to take that up to $10 billion, which, again, I kind of think that's a crazy figure, and they're making a rod for their own back there. But, I mean, Raf Simons is a great designer, but I just don't know if he can do what he wants to do at Calvin Klein, and then that actually translates into money. I think also that one of their main problems is they don't have any stores. So I think they have one store in New York, but in order to kind of roll the whole kind of business model of becoming, a more high-end brand, you need stores in every city, on every premier street in the world. So that's going to take a few years. I don't know. I mean, the first collection is going to get shown next February in New York, I guess. But it'd be interesting to see if he moves to New York, whether he runs it out of Antwerp or maybe Paris. But I just think the magazines will go crazy for it because obviously they'll be buying lots of advertising. But it'd be interesting to see whether the actual person in the street gets involved and actually really cares about that. So another story that came up was that Flossing didn't really do anything. When you actually read into this story, which is from an American journalist, it kind of felt like it must have been a quiet news day because obviously he said there's no evidence that flossing works, but then he wasn't really coming up with evidence that it didn't work. So all those flossing manufacturers can probably get some sleep at night knowing that flossing probably does work. When you think about flossing, it does actually remove physical things from in between the teeth. You can see it when you rinse again and you spit out into the sink. So obviously those things, if they stay between the teeth, would actually cause maybe damage to the actual teeth or damage to the gums. So if flossing is done correctly, I think it is a benefit, and I don't think every dentist nagging you every time you go there would be nagging if it didn't actually have some benefits. So I think that's one that we should ignore. Right, talking about teeth, a couple of products I've been trying the last couple of weeks has been this, which is called Regenerate, and it's from Unilever, and basically it's the first toothpaste that regenerates enamel on your teeth. Enamel's the hardest substance in the body, and obviously it protects your teeth, and it also, as enamel gets thinner, your teeth discolour. So it probably keeps your teeth whiter. So there's this toothpaste which obviously just uses a standard toothpaste. It tastes just like normal toothpaste. Consistency is fine. It's actually quite nice. That's £10 a tube, which when you compare it to regular toothpaste, it is quite a premium. But then if you think about it as a grooming product, then maybe you can justify it a bit more. So as well as using that, Regenerate has this activator gel and the NR5 serum, which actually I think speeds up the process of enamel regeneration. So 3 times a month for 3 minutes, you get each of the tubes, and you put it around these gum shields. So one lot there, and then second lot there, and then you mix the two together. You do both top and bottom trays, and then you put them into your mouth. Like that. And hold them there for 3 minutes. I mean, I would personally take your phone into the bathroom, because guessing 3 minutes is pretty difficult. I'm a complete gagger, which you probably just saw, so the only way I can cope is by sticking my tongue out in the middle and actually sort of holding them there and letting them do their magic. I've used it for 1 month. I think the tubes aren't particularly big, but I reckon you could probably get 3 to 4 months worth out of these. These are £30, and as I say, the toothpaste is £10. I seem to be getting through that quite quickly, so I reckon that would last maybe 2 months. And then it's hard to know. I did ask when I spoke to the dentist from Regenerate, like if you'd actually see any difference, but I think it's the kind of thing you don't actually notice that much different. And also, I would look at it like anti-aging for the teeth. So it's something that you probably do over a long period of time, and it's more about keeping things still rather than going backwards, which is probably true with anti-aging as well. And then my final product is this called Egyptian Magic. It says, life takes from the taker and gives to the giver. Above all, let your word be your bond. So I think it's the ancient Egyptian secret magical cream, it says. It's actually made in the USA, and the main ingredient is olive oil. It also contains royal jelly, beeswax, honey, bee pollen, and something called propolis extract. So yeah, so I think it's more of a body cream. It does look like pure oil. You rub it onto your hands, warm it up, and you can see how shiny that's gone. And then just put onto your body. It actually sort of dries on much less greasy or oily than it looks. It's got that very nice sort of wax smell. There's no perfume in it, but there's something quite what's the word? Comforting about that sort of smell. So yeah, I mean, you could use that. I probably wouldn't use it on your face. Maybe it depends how dry your skin is, but you could definitely use that as a body cream. Maybe when you got out of the pool or after the gym. That is 30. I think it's £29. So it's quite expensive. I hadn't seen it before until someone sent it to me, but it says all-purpose skin cream. And looking at a few of the reviews online, it's good for like eczema and like dry skin and stuff. So yeah, right, that's it. Hope you have a good week and see you soon. Bye.